Class 9, let's continue the chapter number 11, the atmosphere. The greenhouse effect, the heating up of Earth's atmosphere due to trapping of infrarays. So, what are infrarays? The rays which are reflected from Earth's surface by the layer of carbon dioxide, as I told you in the previous video, how the layer of carbon dioxide block the infrared rays, right? So by the carbon dioxide layer in the atmosphere is called greenhouse effect. Now, carbon dioxide gas present in the atmosphere performs an important function in the atmosphere and produces the greenhouse effect, leading to the heating up of the atmosphere. And this phenomena is also very important because this is the phenomena which produces heat, which traps heat and makes the surface of the earth that heating up of atmosphere, right? So this phenomena is important because if the carbon dioxide layer does not trap the infrared rays, then there will be no heating up of atmosphere, right? And that will lead to what? The cooling of atmosphere, which is not suitable, lowering of temperature of the earth surface, which is not suitable for the survival of living organism or living beings. So the this phenomenon, greenhouse effect, is very important. Now the blanket of carbon dioxide allows the sunlight to come in freely but does not allow the infrared radiations reflected by the earth's surface to go out. The rise in temperature produced by greenhouse effect in the earth's atmosphere depends on the amount of carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere. So this phenomena is very important for or to the heating up of the atmosphere. Global warming. Global warming is the increase in the average temperature of the Earth's near surface, air, and oceans in recent decades and its projected continuations. So global warming, it's what? A global means it's a warming of globe, warming of Earth's surface, and that's the rising of the average temperature of the Earth's near the surface air and ocean in the recent decades and its projected continuations. Though greenhouse effect plays a vital role in warming our earth, as I told you, it's very important phenomena, but due to man's activities the proportion of CO2, carbon dioxide, has increased considerably, leading to excessive heating of the earth, because more thicker layer means more infrared rays are trapped, which leads to rising of temperature. So that leads to what? Excessive heating of the earth. That is known as global warming. So number one, level continues to rise in temperature. Thousands of square miles of land is densely populated areas such as the eastern US and Bangladesh may be lost, and flooding during storm surges will worsen. Mountain snowpack constitutes a critical reservoirs of fresh water. Over the past 50 years, spring snowpack has diminished by 16% in Rocky Mountains and in 29% of the Cascade Range, due to mainly to rising temperatures. The snowpack continues these mountain ranges and these snowpacks, the mountain ranges snowpacks has diminished by 16%, 29%, right? And which is quite alarming. So in almost every mountainous region across the world, glaciers are retreating in response to the warming climate. The shrinkage of glaciers is already creating water shortages and threatening tourism in scenic parks, right? So directly, indirectly, the global warming, it creates a lot of problem and will create a lot of problem, right? Like shrinkage of glaciers, shortage of water, and it's a great threatening to the tourism sector also. and threatening tourism in scenic parks also, right? Okay. Since 1950, the Antarctic Peninsula has warmed by 4 degree Fahrenheit, that is 2 degrees Celsius, 4 times the global average increase. So, mass bleaching are usually caused by excessively high temperatures. Scientists therefore attribute the increase in bleaching events to the rise in average surface ocean temperatures in mainly tropical regions by almost 2 degree Fahrenheit, 1 degree Celsius over the past century. So, over the past century, there has been it's been noticed that there is a rise in temperature, continuously rise in temperature, and the mainly in the tropical regions, the temperature is almost raised by 2 degree Fahrenheit, that is 1 degree Fahrenheit. So it's written here since 1950, because of that global warming, the Antarctic Peninsula has warmed by 4 degree Fahrenheit, that is 2 degrees Celsius, 4 times the global average increase. So, this is mass bleaching are usually caused by excessive high temperatures. Just underline this mass bleaching, a new term. Mass bleaching is like this occurs when sea temperature rises by 1 or 2 degrees Celsius above the normal summer temperature, right? And that is accompanied by the strong sunlight. So that is mass bleaching, and that could be like this mass bleaching could occur because of number of factors. That could be biological factors or the physical factors, right? So the mainly is of rise in temperature, that is global warming, right? Okay, that affect this global warming, rise in temperature in this on the sea floor, that is that directly indirectly harm the coral reef, aquatic life. Now, see, this corals are also directly threatened by increasing atmospheric concentration of carbon dioxide, which is acidifying seawater and making it more difficult for corals to build their calcium carbonate skeletons. Right, so corals are also affected by this mass bleaching and directly threatened by the increasing atmospheric concentration of CO2, and which is when it mixes with the water, ocean water or sea water, it acidifies seawater and makes it more difficult for coral to build their calcium carbonate skeleton, right? Okay, now the excessive heating is causing a threat to the survival of human beings also, because due to excessive heating all the polar regions will melt. To this global warming, the polar regions will melt. So polar regions means North Pole and South Pole and the surrounding regions. So this will raise the level of water, resulting in submerging of lowland areas underwater. So this submerging of low land into water due to rising in the rising in the level of the sea water or water bodies. So this is the future expectations that it may occur if the carbon dioxide concentration is not minimized. Now just have a look in this chart. These are the name of those gases which are responsible for greenhouse effect: carbon dioxide, CO2, methane, CH4, nitrous oxide, N2O, and chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs. So average concentration, that is over 100 years ago, this 100 years ago, and this in 1992. Just compare the chart here, table here, concentration of these gases over 100 years. Now let's move to glossary, very important terms. Number one, the first important term is Earth's atmosphere. So what is Earth's atmosphere? Earth's atmosphere is a layer of gases surrounding the Earth and retained by the Earth's gravity, right? So the Earth's air, or the layer of the atmosphere of the layer of gases surrounding the planet Earth, and written those gases on the Earth's surface by the Earth's gravity. Lapse rate, fall of temperature at the rate of 1 degree per 165 meters with increasing height in the layer troposphere. This falls in temperature is called normal lapse rate. Insolation, the incoming solar radiation. Terrestrial radiation, the sun's energy absorbed by the earth's surface when radiated out into the surface, into the space, that is called terrestrial radiation. Greenhouse effect, just we read about this greenhouse effect. So greenhouse effect, the heating up of earth's atmosphere due to trapping of infrared rays by the carbon dioxide layer in the atmosphere, is called greenhouse effect. Global warming is increase in the average temperature of the earth's near surface and the ocean in recent decades, and its projected continuations, right? So there are various causes for global warming, and for global warming means for concentration of carbon dioxide. So it includes both man-made activities and natural activities, right? So greenhouse gases, industrial activity, agricultural activity, deforestation. These are the various causes which are responsible for rising in the concentration of CO2. So, being human, we cannot stop this phenomena. We cannot stop the concentration of CO2, but we cannot stop. So we cannot stop the this global warming phenomena, but to some extent we can reduce the this heating up of Earth's atmosphere, like by less fossil fuel burning, and by planting more and more trees, and putting back some of the carbon dioxide back on the grounds. So these are the several ways, methods through which we can reduce the concentration of CO2, and to some extent we can reduce the global warming, right? Okay. So, children, we have completed the chapter here, and just go through the syllabus which is already given to you, and revise all the chapters given in that syllabus. Almost all the chapters are done. And for map work, you need to go through the videos which I gave you, which I have already shared with you before half yearly examination. And for more details, you just go through the page number 203, 204, 205, 206, 207, and 208. So which is given at the back of your geography book, and just do practice of those maps, right? Okay, now I'll take your leave. All the very best for your annual examination. Thank you.